Big win, obviously. Big. I think the biggest thing is it was a big program win for us. We talked after the UT Martin game about how that you were looking for that get over the hump win. You were looking for that get over the hump game, and finally we got one of those wins like that, and just a big win for this program in general. And a big win for this football team, and just the things that we're trying to do and the things that we're trying to change with this football team and the mentality of this football team. And and the great thing about it is now that one's done. Sunday's a day for you to put the previous game behind you, no matter if it was good or bad. And we did that, and now our focus shifts. If you walk around this building, our focus has shifted to Tennessee State and the things that we have to do to continue to be successful and have games like we did last Saturday. And the biggest thing that we focus on now as a team, when we talked yesterday, was we got the celebration out of our system a little bit. There was one more round of applause for everybody on the effort that they had for Saturday's win. And now we've kind of moved that focus to the work involved in trying to duplicate that. And I think that's the biggest thing that we've had to do as a football team is the end result is not what we're after, okay? And the end result is not what we're talking about. It's not about having another ranked opponent in here on Saturday, another opportunity at a horseshoe game, putting a horseshoe on our wall for a big win. The focus becomes the work, and a lot of people, they throw the process word, obviously that's a Sabanism or whatever, but for us, it was you've got to be focused on the work. It's not about Saturday. It's about what you have to do Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday leading up to Saturday. And we're bombarding our kids with that. We've got all kinds of quotes, Phil Jackson quotes, guys who, Chicago Bulls and their great run of success, and just different teams like that. Even we went as far as Steve Jobs and Apple. How they stay success. It's sustainable success is what we're after. And our focus and the way that I think we go about that is being 100% locked in and committed to the work that we have to put in this week. And if we do that, then Saturday will take care of itself. I think that being successful on Saturday is just a byproduct of what you're going to do and what this football has to do Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and Friday, getting ready for Saturday. I guess the best way to put it, my wife says she'd never seen so many grown men cry in her life. And it was very fulfilling, just because I've talked a lot about this football team and how much I really enjoy these guys, and just enjoy preparing with them, and I enjoy the staff. It's just been very fun, and I know that sounds weird. You're sitting there going, golly, a 2-win season, and it's been very fun. But it really has. It's been very fun with these guys, and for them to finally get a taste, not only a victory, but a victory like that over a ranked opponent. I mean, I think the last time we beat a ranked opponent was in 2014, I think, if I'm not mistaken, and to beat a 15th ranked team like that, it was just that locker room, seeing those guys get a chance to celebrate. It was kind of funny. We almost had to teach them how to celebrate. I walked in the locker room, and they're sitting there with their hands held, and they're waiting for the prayer and everything like we normally do. And we had to get them to loosen up a little bit, but man, what a tremendous feeling for those guys. Just very proud for them, and just well deserved. And I know that any coach could say that about their team, but I really felt like that win was well deserved, and especially the way we did it, man. I guess that, and I should have said that. That was what I was so impressed with and just so encouraged about was, we got down 21-3 before you could say the word sneeze, and it was kind of like, oh my goodness, we had walked into a buzzsaw. But the difference Saturday and the difference with that team was, nobody flinched. I don't even know if anybody even knew that we were down 21-3. It's like nobody even looked up at the scoreboard and saw that we were down 21-3. Literally, everybody on the sideline just kind of kept their head down and kept their chin down and just kept working. And then we closed that gap at halftime, and we came in and we said, hey, man, just keep clawing, keep fighting, keep clawing. I don't even know if I mentioned the score at that time. It was just kind of, hey, keep working at it, keep clawing. We're doing some good things, doing some not so good things. Just keep on working at it. And and we didn't take the lead over until midway through the fourth quarter when Mario McGraw hit his big long run. That was the first lead of the game. And so to get that win and to do it the way that we did it, I think that's what made it so sweet in the locker room afterwards was, those guys, man, they worked hard for that one, and they deserved that one, and the coaches deserved that one, and I was very happy that they got a chance to taste that. Oh, I don't tell them anything. Homecoming is not for them. It's about them. It's about the team. It's about the program. It's about the guys who put on that jersey and put on the stripes and put on that horse and the horseshoe before them. So it's about them, but it's not for them. So we're going to have a lot of things. Their time will be taken up Friday night, and getting prepared for that football game because, like I said, for us, for the 89 guys that I have on my roster, it's about the work. That's what it's about. It's about the preparations of getting ready for Saturday. But I will say for Racer fans and for alumni coming back and former players, man, it's shaping up to be a great weekend. You got Frank Beamer coming back. You got his team coming back. You got some other guys, a lot of other alumni and former players coming back. Should be a big recruiting weekend for us in a big-time environment. We've got, I think we got about 5,000 golden towels that we're going to have. Kids like to call them swag rags that we're going to give out for people to swing above their head. I'm trying to, Alan, Mr. Ward probably wouldn't like me saying this, but I'm trying to talk Rod Reed into bringing his band up here because they'll bring a bunch more people just to watch them play, and I would love for them to come up here. And it should be a great day. I think the weather's going to be beautiful, which it doesn't matter if it's raining or sunshine. It's always beautiful on Saturdays. But I think from a fan's perspective, the weather's going to be beautiful. And, and you got two football teams that are going to go out there and compete for 3.5 hours. So there's nothing, in my mind, there's nothing better to do on a Saturday than to be at Roy Stewart Stadium in the afternoon on an afternoon game for homecoming. A lot of festivities going on. And, man, I'm just extremely excited about the opportunity that we have Saturday. Anybody who knows anything about Tennessee State, they know that it's not one guy that you got to prepare for, man. Their quarterback, they got this Butler at quarterback, and man, he can run around. He can throw it as good as anybody. He's been there for a long time, kind of always been backstage and behind the curtains, and now it's kind of become his time to shine, and, man, he's doing a tremendous job. They got weapons all over the place, offensively and defensively. Their lines of scrimmage are really, really big. Their defensive line of scrimmage obviously is big and athletic. You got Ebenezer, who's very scary off the edge. You got to do some things. You've got to be able to help your tackles out on the edge, a little bit in some pass rushes. They've got a lot of athleticism on the back end. They're big and long and fast at receiver. They're no different than any other Tennessee State team I've ever seen since 2010, since I came into the league. When they take the field, they're going to look like the New York Jets. I mean, they really are. I mean, they're going to look very, very good. Right now, they're playing extremely well. They're playing extremely hard. We got a chance to watch them on TV on the bus ride back from our game play at Vanderbilt. And, that's the big – there were no mismatches. That's an SEC team. And I don't care whether they're a good SEC team or not so good SEC team. That's an SEC team, and that's one of the premier conferences in the country at the FBS level. And there were no mismatches on that field. There was not one position where you could say, well, Vanderbilt should be dominating them because they're so much bigger, they're so much faster. And that's the concern that you have when you play Tennessee State is from an athletic standpoint, they're as good as you're going to see any week of the season.